The mainstream media has been accused of being biased against Christians, and for good reason. Many Christians feel that their faith is constantly being misrepresented and maligned in the media, with stories often focusing on the negative aspects of Christianity while ignoring the positive. This bias can be attributed to several factors, including the media's liberal leanings, a lack of understanding about Christianity, and a desire to push a secular agenda. One of the main reasons why the mainstream media lies about Christians is due to its liberal leanings. Many media outlets are owned and operated by people who hold liberal views, and as such, they often have a built-in bias against conservative Christians. This bias can manifest itself in the way that stories are reported, with Christians being portrayed as intolerant, bigoted, and close-minded. For example, when a Christian business owner refuses to provide services for a same-sex wedding, the media will often focus on the owner's supposed intolerance rather than their religious convictions. This kind of reporting creates a false narrative about Christians, portraying them as hateful and discriminatory. Another reason why the mainstream media lies about Christians is due to a lack of understanding about the faith. Many journalists and media personalities are not Christians themselves, and as such, they often do not understand the nuances of Christian theology and practice. This lack of understanding can lead to misreporting and misconceptions about Christianity, with Christians being portrayed as simplistic and unsophisticated. For example, the media will often focus on the most extreme and fundamentalist elements of Christianity, such as the Westboro Baptist Church, rather than the more moderate and mainstream expressions of the faith. This kind of reporting creates a caricature of Christianity, portraying it as a fringe and radical movement rather than a diverse and complex faith. The mainstream media also lies about Christians because it has a desire to push a secular agenda. In recent years, there has been a growing trend towards secularism and atheism in Western society, and the media has been at the forefront of this trend. Many media outlets see Christianity as a threat to the secular agenda, and as such, they often seek to undermine and discredit it. For example, the media will often report on stories about Christians who are supposedly imposing their values on others, such as in the case of abortion or gay rights. However, these reports often fail to mention the many Christians who are working to serve the poor, the marginalized, and the oppressed. By focusing on the negative aspects of Christianity, the media creates a false narrative about the faith, portraying it as oppressive and intolerant. The consequences of the mainstream media's bias against Christians are far-reaching. For one, it creates a culture of hostility and intolerance towards Christians, making it more difficult for them to practice their faith openly and without fear of persecution. It also creates a lack of trust between Christians and the media, making it more difficult for Christians to engage with the media and to share their perspectives and stories. Furthermore, the media's bias against Christians can also have a negative impact on the broader culture, creating a false narrative about the faith and its adherents. In conclusion, the mainstream media lies about Christians for a variety of reasons, including its liberal leanings, a lack of understanding about Christianity, and a desire to push a secular agenda. This bias can have serious consequences, creating a culture of hostility and intolerance towards Christians and undermining the values of freedom and tolerance that are at the heart of Western society. As such, it is essential that Christians are aware of this bias and that they work to counter it by engaging with the media and sharing their perspectives and stories. By doing so, Christians can help to create a more nuanced and accurate understanding of their faith, and they can work to build a more just and compassionate society for all.